What's up, guys? How we doing? Don't mind the mess behind me. My child just cannot seem to refrain from putting the blocks all over the house, and well, I can only pick them up so many goddamn times in one day. Look, I wanted to say that I appreciate you, and I'm sorry for the political videos. Not necessarily that I'm sorry, okay? But I do understand that to some people it's like nails on a chalkboard. You know, you get on YouTube because you want to be entertained and you don't want to be reminded of how gross the world is, right? But I just wish you guys knew how engraved politics have been in my life. Like, literally, how racist, misogynistic shit was shoved down my throat as a kid. And how I see it every day. And how relevant it really is. And it's hard to ignore. And it's a miracle I didn't end up like what I was taught. You know, my mother was a narcissist, and all of her boyfriends were racist fucking hillbillies that to this day are on Facebook talking about how pro-life they are, and then they get offline and they literally say N-word this, N-word that. That's not me talking shit. That's just the facts. These are people I know. It's shit I've seen. It's been shoved down my throat ever since I was a kid, and today I see it. I see it all the time. I see Confederate flags in people's yards. You know, every single place I've waited tables at, every single place, even the managers have said, black people don't tip. You want to know what my response to them is every time? Well, maybe if you treat them like they tip, they might tip. Maybe if you stop treating them differently, they might tip. Because, see, I've been serving for 10 years. I've never got stiffed by a black person. It's almost like you mentally tell yourself to treat them differently because they don't tip. Because you think of them as lesser than. So you give them worse service so you don't get a tip as a result, dum-dum. But me, I treat them just like everyone else. Who knew that that's how you would get a tip? I have gotten stiffed by way more white people. But if you're going to go into it with the mindset of, well, black people don't tip and then give them worse service, why would they fucking tip you? And this isn't a joke. This is literally every place I have ever worked. Now, I've worked at like 10 different restaurants. The entire fucking staff says that about black people. Or let's talk about Uber, right? Every person that I've picked up that speaks Spanish has a very low customer rating. I had a black person one time that had a 3.80 customer rating. 3.80. Now, if you don't fuck around with Uber, you might not understand how low that is, okay? That is astronomical. That is, you got hundreds of 1 stars to get a 3.8. Like, I have a 4.95, right? This dude had a 3.80. I legit thought maybe I would need to cancel my fucking ride because he would try stealing my car. Like, what was the problem? And then I get there, and what is it? It's just a young black guy, about my age, a young man. I even let him pick the music on my phone. He was very nice. Or any Hispanic that I picked up has had a low customer rating because they speak in Spanish. Guess that makes the drivers uncomfortable. But even if they didn't, I'm pretty sure they would still have a low rating. They like, literally anytime I pick up anybody other than a white person, they have a low customer rating. And I'm not making this shit up. You know? And who is giving me the most trouble in Uber? Well, white people. So it's like, it's gross. I see it every day. With my job, with when waiting tables, with how the other people would treat people. And it's been shoved down my throat. And it's so there. It's so just there. Like part of my everyday life, man. And, you know, between all the bumper stickers and all the flags I see and how people treat one another, or every time I go to Walmart, dude's not checking receipts, but as soon as there's a fucking Hispanic family, all of a sudden he's deciding to check receipts now. Like, and it pisses me off. So yeah, I talk about it. And I completely respect your decision to not want to watch that. I get it. It sucks. It sucks to talk about. It sucks to look at. It's not very entertaining, and some people just want to get on here to hear about something good, and I get it. But I just, you know, there's really good conservatives out there. There's really good middle-leaning people out there that aren't like that. That I feel like just don't see it as much as I do. So they think that I'm over dramatic, but really every single day I see a racist person at least once, you know, like, and it's gross. It really is. It's gross to sit here and be told by my own manager that black people tip less, and that I have to say to my manager, well, treat them like everybody else and maybe you'll get a tip. And then I get in trouble by my manager for saying that because I'm being rude and kind of somewhat hinting at them being racist a little bit. Because they are. I have literally never had that issue. Ever. Every black couple I've ever had at a table has been more than polite. Hell, I remember one time I had a 5-top of old black ladies. They were so fucking sweet, dude. They were so fucking sweet. They made my night. They were from Texas, and they one of them said that they wanted to kidnap me and take me to their favorite restaurant in Texas and had me wait on them all the time. They were super sweet, and they left a $100 tip. But yeah, black people don't tip. You're right. Has nothing to do with the fact that you look at it like that and then go and treat them differently. There's nothing to do with that. And when your own managers are telling you this, when literally just everybody tries to drill it in your brain every single day, that this is what it's like, it's hard not to talk about it. And it's a miracle that I didn't become like them. It's interesting to me that these racist, bigoted people often talk about sheep, that people are sheep. Yet you blindly followed along when white people, you know, segregated black people and treated them like shit because the majority told you it was okay. I hate when I hear the excuse that, you know, when your grandpa, when somebody's grandpa's racist or something, they're just like, oh, well, you know, he just comes from a different time. That's it. Yeah, it was different then. No, it wasn't. You know in your heart. I knew in my heart as an 8-year-old little boy that whenever I was watching my mom's boyfriend say N-word this, N-word that shit was wrong. I knew that. It's either you can choose to follow in that path or you can choose to stand up against it. And back in the 70s and shit, when there was segregation, people just followed the leader. They were born and they were told that treating black people like this was okay. And even though they knew it was wrong, they fucking know. Don't try to tell me that they didn't. Don't try to tell me that your racist grandfather doesn't know. He knows it's wrong. But because he was given permission, and because the majority felt this way, you just follow the leader, which is a what? Sheep mentality. Fucking idiots. And I don't know, man. It is just very there in your face, in my face every day. And yeah, part of it does have to do with where I live, you know, like. But all I can do is talk about it, vent about it, and I understand that it might not be I don't know. Might not be a very sexy topic of conversation, but I do feel like it's important to talk about. And while I don't just want to be a political channel and talk about that every day, the reason why I'm coming out with this video is to let you know that I do mean no harm. You know, I'm not trying to sit here and shit talk white people or say that you should be ashamed for being white or anything like that. That's not what my videos are meaning to say. I'm trying to speak up about the shit that I have witnessed with my own eyes my entire life and that I continue to witness to this day. And talk about it. And put it out there. And people want to ignore it. And if people don't want to click on it because they just don't want to listen to politics, I get that. Completely get it. But for people to downvote it, like story time. I made a video 2 months ago that was just me talking about my upbringing, my racist parents, and that got downvoted. Not a single like, just downvoted. I was abused as an 8-year-old kid, told all this racist shit, and that got downvoted. There was a time where I felt like I was going to give up on making videos, but I persevered. I kept going. I kept talking about what I felt like was right. And now here we are. And I'm not always going to talk about this shit, right? But I'm getting to a point where I don't know if you guys want to hear me bitch about my day, bitch about my job anymore. I've had so much go wrong with my job this week, I could make a 2-hour-long video about it. But at the end of the day, how many videos have I made bitching about my job now? Jeremy Ramblins didn't do as good as I thought it would. I thought, you know, like, if I'm going to just ramble about my day and talk about my day, I'll just call it Jeremy Ramblins, because I'm tired of trying to come up with, like, a title of Bad Day or Interesting Day or Good Day, or I would rather just call it Jeremy Ramblins and make it a series, you know? And then each video, if you start from the beginning, is just me talking about my days. Me vlogging. But the second video did terrible and the first one did great. So I don't know if people were confused by the title, just not understanding what the contents would be or what. But from now on, if you're watching this and you're interested in my vlogs and me talking about my day and my job, that's what the video is going to be titled. Jeremy Ramblins. And I just want to say I love you guys. It's been a good week for the channel. It really has. It's been a good couple weeks. And that's all you. It's all you. I just make the videos. You guys are the ones that click on it. You guys are the ones that give it attention, like it. Give me the motivation to keep doing what I do. And, you know, I know that not everybody is that the world isn't as ugly as I try to paint it, that there are good people out there. There's good conservatives out there. There's good people. I'm just simply commenting on what I see every day. And, you know, there's a lot of people on YouTube that think like the people that I see every day. They have a lot of influence. And that bothers me. And unfortunately, the only people they appeal to are either 60-year-olds that have testicular cancer that are on their way out, or 15-year-old edgelords teaching a whole new generation how to be misogynistic, racist bigots. And I'm over here just trying to talk about the truth and how we should be better as a society, as young men, and it's important to me to talk about that. But not every video is going to be political. So, in a way, I am sorry for making political videos, but at the same time, I'm not, because I feel like if you were in my shoes, if you saw everything that I did every day, you would be just as disgusted with humanity. So, and I can't express enough to you how horrible my parents and parents were. They drilled this shit into my brain. And it's a miracle I didn't become like them. I'm proud of that. Anyway, I love you guys. I'm taking the day off. I didn't get any sleep last night. And tomorrow I'm going to make a video about my day and about my week. And yeah, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. And thank you for taking a chance on me. And thank you for keeping me going. You know, and I hope I do the same for you. I'll be on Twitch tonight. Daddy-O971835. I repeat, Daddy-O971835. We're gonna play some Fortnite, fuck around a little bit, yell at the TV screen. I don't know, but hope to see you there. And I just appreciate you guys watching and always being there. You know, love you. Bye.